Hi my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and just now tuning into one of my videos for the first time, my name is Kailey and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to click on my video. I truly appreciate it. It's always a pleasure, and that's on period. This is the makeup look that I created in this tutorial. It's very bold, it's very out there. So what inspired me to create something like this was, I was like, this is for someone who last minute gets invited somewhere or ends up going out and they're like, I don't have any costume. What am I gonna do? This was a very difficult look to do. I was gonna really just be like, you know what, forget it, I don't want to do this look, I'm gonna toss it and just create something different. But I really wanted to push myself in this tutorial. There is some new items that I use. Morphe foundation. I have the shade F2110. This is the matte full coverage. I didn't get my skin color, I didn't get the right one. This one actually ended up being too light, so I'm gonna go online on Ulta and buy one darker. I love the way it blended out. It was smooth, it was nice, it was full coverage like it stated. 10 out of 10 on that foundation. I went onto Ulta and also purchased the Laura Mercier powder. This is in the shade Honey. I believe this is the new one that just dropped. Really love it. I love the way it's set. I love the color as well. I thought that it was really pretty and it also blended out really nice. This is the Bareminerals foundation. This is in the shade Cinnamon 2.5. So I got this to cream contour. Like I said, it is foundation, but I got this to cream contour and absolutely love the color. It was the perfect bronzer color for my complexion and it blended out beautifully. But yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to the makeup tutorial and you guys can see how I created this look. Alright, going straight into the voiceover, we're going to take the Luscious Angel Eyes Primer, and what this primer is going to do is allow the eyeshadow to stick and stay on all day. We're going to take the Anastasiabeverlyhills Novena collection. This is volume 2 palette, and we're going to take that shade right there called C4, which is like a blue turquoise. And what I initially do is create the shape that I want first, and then once I create the shape, we're going to go ahead and add more eyeshadow and build it up to the capacity that I want. I do wish I would have used a different eyeshadow primer because this one doesn't dry, and you guys are going to see why I say this. We're then going to take the palette again and we're going to go into that shade C5, which is like a burgundy red kind of shade, and we're going to place that in the inner corner of the eye. But yeah, I wish I would have used the Emma Mitchell eyeshadow primer because that one dries down where this one doesn't. So, I mean, you know, trial and error, but it's okay. It still came out good. Now, what I do right here is I take a more defined brush and start flicking the eyeshadow out into like this awkward kind of shape. But I actually really liked it. So just literally take the, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I take a little bit of the hot pink, which I don't know why I did not show it on camera. And I take that to blend the shadow up so that it kind of creates this like gradual fade, like almost a dark purple pink to a very light pink was the idea that I was trying to go for. I then take a very clean brush and I use that to kind of get the halo effect that I was trying to achieve, which is like that gradient effect. Take a little bit more of C5 and I place that to kind of go back to deepen it from where I was trying to wean the eyeshadow out. So pretty much in these next few clips, I literally do the same exact method that you're seeing now. I also do it to the blue as well. Push the eyeshadow up and try to gradually fade it. I then take the JaclynHill Morphe palette. This is her first palette, her first launch. And I take that shade right there, not exactly sure what it's called. And I take that to deepen the blue so that it kind of had that same gradual effect like the purple pink. You get what I mean? I hope that makes sense. But I use that to just deepen it. And then again, flick it up so that I kind of get like this gradual kind of effect. Now here, I'm just checking it, making sure this is the kind of vibe that I want or the kind of look that I want. It was looking awkward. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was looking a little awkward, but you know, you gotta trust the process. So I take some of that primer, that eye primer, the Lushes, and what I do is I use that to clean up and sharpen everything because it was kind of looking a little messy. But yeah, so I use that just to sharpen everything, to cut it. I use it to cut the eye as well. So here I'm just creating a cut crease because it was just like, honestly, I was like, I don't know about this, but I was like, let me cut it and see if I can get the type of vibe that I was going for, because I didn't want to give up on the look. Because right here I was like, I don't know, but cutting the crease and cleaning it up made me feel like I was getting somewhere. So that's why I was like, let's just cut it. Let's clean it up and cut it, and then let's see if this is gonna be something I'm gonna keep or toss out. So I literally just use that to just clean everything up. I hate so much that you guys can hear me gulping, but my mic is super sensitive. It's a good mic. Anyways, I take a clean brush and start to clean up the edges and make it the way I'm visioning it in my head. So I take a clean brush, and here I just start kind of winging, almost like manipulating the eyeshadow to thin it out so that I can get that gradual effect, because I felt like I wasn't getting it like I wanted to. So once I started doing this method, I was like, okay, bitch, we are getting somewhere. This is the look that I was trying to achieve. So this is right here is where I fuck up. Right here is where I fuck up. Okay, so I take the JaclynHill Morphe palette again, and I start to use that to set the eye. And this is where I messed up. So I go back into the palette, the Anastasiabeverlyhills Volume 2. I take that orange and I start placing it. Mind you, I set it. That's where I fucked up. I should have never have set the eye. I should have just kept it the way it was, wet. So I ended up going on top of that set eyeshadow and then placing the orange. And as I continue to go, you guys are going to see that it's not going to start looking good. Like, the eyeshadows are going to start looking patchy. So this was cool. You know, the orange was pretty much going on, but not as tense as it should have. So I go back into C4, which is the blue, and I put that right underneath that orange. Okay, so do you guys see what I mean? It started to go on really patchy. Now, at this point, I was like, I should just give up on this. But I was like, no, okay, just keep going, just see what happens, to see if you could fix it. So I then take the black, take that on the outer corner of my eye. And as you can see, it's looking patchy right here. I'm like, oh, I don't know, sis. So I take the makeup wipes. What makeup wipes are these? The Neutrogena makeup wipes. And I start to clean up where I messed up. I was like, okay, let's just start over. Like, not too much, but let's just clean this part up. So right here, I'm just perfecting it, putting it back to the way that it was. Now here, this is where it's just straight on the eyeshadow primer. So I didn't set it this time. So I was like, let's try this again, round 2. You know, don't give up, Kay. Don't give up. So same routine. I take the orange, place the orange, take the blue. Now here it was still kind of patchy, but the patchiness was not as bad when I set it. So you can kind of see it right here. So I just start building the colors up to my liking. But it was going on much better than before. So again, take that black, wing that black out to the outer corner to give me a wing shape, and then attach it to the blue. Now the next few clips, I'm pretty much just adding, blending, adding, blending to try to get the type of blend that I wanted. I then take this pigment. I don't even know the name of this pigment. It's a no name, and it's was obviously the same color as the blue. So I ended up putting that on top of it because I didn't like how patchy the blue was looking. Not as patchy as before, but it wasn't really looking too good, you know? So I try to use the pigment to cover it, to make it more vibrant, and it worked for the most part. and then again just end up mixing it with the black. So wipe it up, clean it up, see what I've created and if I like it. And so I attach a little bit of that orange to the outer corner right here, as you guys can see, to just give it some flair, a little va-va-voom action. I don't attach it to the inner part of the orange. I kind of leave a negative space right there. And as we continue to go, that little negative space was actually irritating the F out of me. Bless my heart, I was so happy, but I was like, yeah, okay. So I ended up doing the other eye off camera. I take the Purlisse Matcha Green Tea Primer Moisturizer. And then a new foundation, which is the Morphe foundation. I use the shade F2110. And this is actually new to my collection. So here, this is what I'm talking about. The negative space was irritating me because it kept blending into the blue and the black. So I was like, you know what? Let's add some duo glue. Put a little bit of Duo on there. Duo. You know what I'm trying to say. Duo glue. And then I take some Beige Cosmetics glitter pigment. It was like this blue, white reflex chrome kind of glitter, and I placed that in the negative space on top, and it helped so much. So it had a little bzz, you know, a little bzz on there. So I put the foundation on and realized that it was too light. I actually already placed another order to get a darker shade because I do love the foundation. But I ended up mixing it with the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 335, which is a much darker foundation. To kind of, right here I kind of messed up because see, I added some more of the Morphe, and then it's like, what the heck, you just right back to where you started. So it ended up being too light. I should have just left it alone. But I mixed the two together. It was a good color until I just placed some more Morphe. But it's alright. It was still cute. I made it work. Luckily, the bronzer kind of helps when you have a lighter foundation. So I didn't think too much of it. I was like, okay, we could fix it. I ended up taking a very much smaller brush to get into the crevices so that I don't ruin my eyeshadow. So I just take that in the inner corner to blend that out better. And then I take this new foundation that I added to my collection called Bareminerals. And it's their Bareminerals Foundation. This is in the shade Cinnamon 10.5. I use this to cream contour. It is a foundation, but I use it to cream contour, and I loved it. It was very pigmented too, as you guys saw my reaction. I then blend it out, realized it blends out so easily, so beautifully, and I absolutely love the color. It was a warm shade. I love warm tone foundations or cream contouring. I love more warm tone. So I love that. I then take the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Golden Beige, and I use this to conceal underneath my eyes, my forehead, my contour, and my chin. And as you guys know, I like to use a brush now to blend that out, as well as I love to use a brush now for my foundation because I feel like I'm not going through a lot of foundation or concealer doing it this way. So I blend that out with a brush. Nothing bad to say about Too Faced. This is, you know, something I always use. I then take the Morphe sponge and I use that to pick up any excess concealer that I may have because I tend to sometimes go overhanded. So I use the Morphe sponge to just pick up any extra product that my brush is not getting or absorbing. I then take the bronzer brush because I don't really like a harsh contour sometimes. So I use that to kind of blend it back into my skin. And then I take the MAC Studio Fix foundation and I use shade NC42. And I place that underneath the eye to kind of tone down the brightness. And I also just like how smooth it makes it look. It's actually a foundation, low key, but I do set it. I do end up setting it. But I just love putting that on top of my concealer. So also new to my collection is a Mercier loose setting powder. This is in the shade Honey, which is the brand new one they just dropped. Love it. I placed on forehead, the chin, underneath the eyes, and also under my contour, which I wish I would have placed that a little bit better, but it's okay. I then take a clean brush and just wipe off the excess. I don't like baking because I have dry skin. Now here comes the fun part, bitch. We are about to place some flowers on the forehead. Right here, I'm just cutting them up, sizing them, seeing how I want them, or if I want to go big, or if I want to go small. These flowers are the flowers I used as a prop in my last video, and I was like, you know what? We're just going to cut these up. because I actually forgot to get some from Michael. So I was like, we're gonna just use these, cut them up, and just place them on there. I use a duo glue to adhere or to stick the leaves on so that they stay, and then take a fan obviously to just dry it down. And I do it on both sides of the temples. I then take these cute ass rhinestones I got from Michael's Arts and Crafts store, and I also take some gold flakes that I'm gonna end up crushing up and just placed it to give it like some. So the rhinestones, I just wanted to give it like that little extra flair, you feel me? So I then take the Artist Couture highlight. This is in the shade Summer Haze, which has this pink kind of undertone, gold pink undertone to it. I thought it would go good with the eyes. So I put that obviously on the highest cheekbones. I go ham with this too. I wanted everything like extra thick caked on because I really wanted it to photograph very well. So I'll put more than you would normally put, especially this is Halloween too. If I was doing a look to really go out, sorry guys, that's my phone. To really go out, I would be extra with everything because I want it to be seen. So I take some duo glue and I start using the gold flakes. As you guys saw, it was crumpled up. And I just take little piece by little piece and just add it to the sides of my face. And this was very tricky and hard to play with. I'm not going to lie to you. Look, I'm going to show you guys. My fingers had all kind of gold flakes on it. It was just so hard to work with these. You see? You see, like, it was just so hard to work with these, but I ended up figuring it out. Shout out to tweezers. They were my BFF in this situation. If I didn't have those, this probably would have been an epic fail because they kept getting stuck to my fingers, and then I couldn't take it off with the makeup wipes. It was just a hot ass mess. But anyways, it just came out so pretty. I loved it. I wish I would have added a little bit more at the top, but it's okay. I then take the BaddiebLashes in the style Instahoe. And then I take this no name blush. It came in a pan, so I just put it in a little palette. And I just put it just on the apples of my cheeks because obviously I had my gold flakes in the way, which didn't think about that. But it was so cute though. And I kind of go heavy-handed. It's okay. It was cute. I add a little bit on my nose to give me that little sunburnt look. I am the originator of that, and I don't care what anybody has to say. I've been doing this way before I started YouTube. I didn't take the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I thought that I would add that in this video because I never do, and just sprayed my face to set everything in. I also added some little moles at the bottom. One of them is actually real. I just always add a little liner on top of it so that it comes back because the foundation tends to cover it, and I just added 2 more just to be extra. I then take this NYX lip liner in the shade Brown, and I use that to lip line the lips. And yes, I do overline, especially my top lip. Now, liquid lipsticks tend to be very drying, so I take some MAC Prep and Prime to just prep my lips for the liquid lips so that it's not so drying. That is a key for liquid lipsticks if you were ever wondering. MAC Prep and Prime is really good. Prep the lips, get them ready because sometimes it can be super drying. So I take the I take Kylie Cosmetics liquid lip. This is in the shade Soul Sister. And then I take another liquid lip by Kylie Cosmetics. This is in the shade Gorg. So this is the completed and final look. Oh my gosh, like this is so extra but so cute. So let me know down below in the comment section what you're gonna be for Halloween, and if this is something that you are going to try out, let me know. I'm very curious, and if I nailed it, did a good job, let me know down below. I would truly appreciate it. If you truly enjoyed me and would love to see me again on your feeds, don't forget to subscribe down below. Help my channel grow to what you feel it should be. So help your girl out. Don't forget to hit that good old notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. You don't want to miss a beat. As far as this week, this will probably be the last video I drop this week. So this is my Halloween look for this year. I didn't really go all out this year. I just like to just focus on the face, and October just gives me that opportunity to just push my looks and get creative. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I truly appreciate it, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other social medias, Twitter, Snapchat. I also have a TikTok. If you would like to check any of those out, I will have it listed at the end of the video, and I will see you guys all in the next video, and stay safe. My heart speaks, need no one else. You're all I need. Personality, everything you do.